All right, this is Crypto, where we defy tyranny. It is July 8th, 2023. Taking a quick look at the Bitcoin dominance chart. Now, this is something I don't look at very often, actually kind of neglecting to look at it. But basically, it's the altcoins versus the Bitcoin. So Bitcoin has been rising steadily here against the altcoin market. And we do have some interesting developments here. Basically, we're coming up on the 200-week moving average. And it's pretty likely to me that we're probably going to get rejected from it. Now, it's possible that we get rejected for a while, then we push up and then fall back down out of it, kind of like before back in 2019. But what happened back then, 2019, we kind of started steadily going down, and the altcoins started to break back up. And then I guess we started getting a little bit more positive, bullish activity towards the end of 2020. Then March happened. The viral thing we don't talk about on YouTube because you get blacklisted or whatever, shadow banned, so try to avoid that. But basically, my inkling is that we're probably going to get rejected. We're not going to break through this. And if we do break through, it's probably going to be a temporary thing like happened before. So basically right now, it's probably a good time. What I'm going to be doing is starting to take some of my Bitcoin and probably converting it into Ethereum and maybe a couple other altcoins. Ethereum will move first usually, and then that'll spill over into the other altcoins, the layer 1s and the layer 2s. And we do have the Litecoin halving coming up. So it's possible we might get some pretty bullish activity here. Let's see when the last one was. Yeah, I mean, it's possible that we'll come up to about 125, probably this level, 125 to 150 between now and the halving with Litecoin. Litecoin doesn't really have a lot of fundamental value. Like they used to call it the silver to Bitcoin's gold, and yeah, sure, maybe. Unless it seemed to like get more a popularity when the Bitcoin network got clogged, people started going to Litecoin. But until the Litecoin Foundation starts actually having some kind of use case, I just don't see Litecoin doing a whole lot. But the halving narrative will probably start spiking it, and it's possible that we go back to the all-time high, the 370. This is kind of like a chart I made a long time ago, but I'm kind of seeing maybe another break, and then we come back down, and maybe Litecoin has its day eventually. Maybe when Bitcoin gets way too popular and its gains aren't really there anymore. All right, take a look at the Dixie real quick. This is the U.S. dollar dominance pretty much. And looks like we're getting, we steadily rejected. We're in a descending triangle, very similar to what Bitcoin was back in 2017, 2018. To give you a reference to that, what happened with Bitcoin back then is in a similar mode as the Dixie and eventually toppled down. So I'm expecting something like that with the Dixie over the next couple of years, next year or two. So something to look out for. I haven't been keeping up with the news. Let's just see what Crypto Panic is talking about. So Pepe still wake, make you a millionaire? Probably not. I don't trust that thing, but it's probably got some kind of meme value like Dogecoin. What is prompt engineering? I don't know what that is. As race of spot, ETF holds up. Kathy Wood, who is the ARK Invest ETF, ARK Invest hedge fund, they specialize in, I guess, technology, AI, blockchain. She's kind of the big voice. She's a really, really cool woman, very passionate. But she says ARK Invest is first in the queue. So I'm thinking, and some others are thinking as well, that the BlackRock ETF, Bitcoin ETF will get approved, and then Kathy Wood's ETF. And I was thinking yesterday, like, what's going to be the topping signal for this coming bull run? And I was just thinking, okay, well, Bitcoin's been fully adopted. What's the next thing to be adopted? Ethereum. So Ethereum ETFs, I could see them starting to be proposed in 2025. And then maybe that's kind of a top of a market. That's something to kind of look for. But you kind of want to look for narratives like that might kind of get everyone real bullish. And then all of a sudden they pull the rug, right? So something to look at. XRP bullish run might be triggered. I'm actually starting to convert some Bitcoin into XRP. I'm thinking XRP might be a move coming soon. So let's see what else. XRP. A lot of XRP news. ADA prices have chances of rebounding. I haven't heard much about ADA. Nothing great anyway. Here's the open derivatives. So short and long positions. And we want to see this cool off. And I'm glad that we're starting to get a rejection. So maybe we get like another wick down to like 27, 28, 29K. And maybe that'll kind of reset things. I'll feel a bit better. I don't like being this overheated on the derivatives. Over leveraged markets tend to correct. So being stuck up in this is not the greatest thing. But we could stay up here for a while, another month or two before we get a correction. So we'll see what happens there. And we'll take a look at the Fear and Greed Index real quick. Also, please smash the likes, hit subscribe, leave a comment below. Any suggestions or anything like that. I may start trying to go live here pretty soon too. Maybe I can get some interactive, a little more interaction there. And those who do watch, I could probably try to give a little advice or what do I think is going to happen. Again, I've been here since 2017. I'm not saying I know everything. I made some mistakes, and I'm more than happy to share them. Yeah, Fear and Greed is still at 58. And that doesn't really tell me a whole lot, but we'll see what happens there. Let's see with the AVAX. I don't really like that project. It's probably going to do pretty well, but there was some sketchiness with the lawyer team, or the founders were being sketchy, trying to sue other projects. There's something weird about them that I'm not completely on board with. Near Protocol, one of my babes. I like that. Tezos, I'm waiting for that one to pop. I'm actually kind of pumping the brakes on that one. Like, I'm definitely going to hodl it. Like, you can get 6% on it, staking it, which I kind of really enjoy that. Like, a lot of the projects I hold, you can stake. Again, Atomic Wallet, Exodus Wallet. Near, you can get, I think, 10%. Tezos is 5 or 6%. Cardano is like 5%. Yeah. Solana is like 7% on Exodus. Atomic, Cosmos, that's still like, I think that's still 18 to 20%. So it's good opportunity to make a little money while you're just holding through the bear market. And it also like kind of goes to show like you're protecting the ecosystem, but being that the ecosystem is actually giving you money, it's a good sign that the ecosystem is alive and well and breathing. Kind of like Ethereum network, these things are working and they're working steadily through this stuff. So the projects that are building, the projects that are still surviving, that have activity, they're going to survive, and they'll probably minimally do a 5 to 10x the next bear market, the bull market. So for every $100, you become 1,000. That's how you got to look at it. Every $10 you put in, it'll be $100. Sorry, blowing up. Oh, Solana up 18% on the week. Graph is up. I'm still waiting on a bunch of money through Voyager. I don't know why it's taking so long. It takes like 7 to 10 days to get your money back, and I'm just sitting like trying to wait for my dollars to come back to me so I can buy some of this stuff. I can't buy it if I don't have the money because they're taking so long because we got screwed by those CEOs. And really, I think FTX and Sam Bankman-Fried probably caused a lot of that stuff, even with Mashinsky, but I don't know. It's just don't ever trust an exchange. You got to put your crypto on your own wallet. Coinbase, I think, is safe. Crypto.com, I think, may be safe. KuCoin just announced that they're doing KYC, so I'm taking my money off there and putting it in my private wallets. And Coinbase seems okay. I think Coinbase is all right. It's just unfortunate. I just can't believe all that stuff that happened. Likely due to the current powers that be that are in the administration. They're just so sketchy. All right, not going to talk about that anymore. One thing I wanted to kind of go to, I want to kind of change the narrative a little bit over the next week or so. I want to start looking at, okay, where do we take these profits? So if we're building these positions over the next few years. Zilliqa, we're at a bottom, probably 2025. Right in this area, we're going to be like, okay, we're going to take profits. What are we going to do, right? What are we going to do? So, a lot of people be like, I'm going to wait for all-time high. I'm going to wait for all-time high. Well, a project like Zilliqa, it's one of my moonshots. Like, I think it can go to $1 or $2, possibly. It can make a lot of money. If it can become utilized and actually have some use case, it could do very well. But say it doesn't happen. Say some other project takes the heat, or we get into in 2025 and it just hasn't run. It just kind of fizzles out, and maybe we're right in here and we're just waiting for it to pop, and it just never does, right? So you have to look at some of these levels and start plotting. What I want to do is I want to make an Excel spreadsheet with all my cryptos and my take profits and losses, and like figure out what are the zones I want to take profits at, right? And a lot of people, investors will be like, oh, well, first thing you do is you take whatever you put in out. That way you didn't lose anything. So that way you have the house money, right? And you're letting that go. So that's one of those moves. So you can look at these zones. So here's one zone. It's actually the beginning of the 200-week moving average. So you can set a zone like this. Okay. We'll do a line. Okay, that'd be like maybe your first take profit zone. And I'm looking at just support and resistance flips here, previous wicks. And you'll probably have really two zones here, kind of like between, because there's a lot of buy and sell pressure here. On a crypto watch, that app is probably the better one to use for this. But probably your first take profits are going to be in this zone if you want to be conservative. Personally, I think we're going to go up higher than that, right? So your next zone might be, you're going to look at something like here to here. Now, I would look at this zone, probably for my first take profits, about 10 cents. Now that's a 5x from right here, and that would probably get you whatever you put in, right? And you take maybe 25%. And then maybe you go to the next zone, I would say from here to here. And you want to look at the fundamentals of the project like this. If there's no news, look at their website, look at Zilliqa, kind of see what's going on. They're still paying rewards, and there must be some utilization there. And I believe it's a metaverse gaming ecosystem, so I think that might be kind of the vibe there. So like 24 cents, 25 cents, the previous all-time highs, that's definitely a spot to take some profits. And then let the rest kind of ride, right? And like I said, some profits here. I still would probably still keep 10 or 15%, 20% in even after this for like a $1 to $2 moonshot, right? So that's how you do that. I would take each of these cryptos, kind of look at where the support and resistances are. You can kind of look at them. If you look at, I might start putting them into this app because I really like the VPVR support and resistances. This kind of shows me more where we're at. But of course, Bitcoin's more established. It's not like Zilliqa. But that's just an idea of like how you would do that, and like set alerts on some of these apps. They'll actually let you know when you hit the prices, and you can actually set stops and buys and stuff like that through your trading apps as well. But that's a little more advanced. But just an idea. I wanted to start going through that, and I want to start going through each of my cryptos. I might start doing that live, kind of showing everybody where the most likely places are. I mean, for a speculative one like Zilliqa, you just don't know. I mean, if you took one like Link, I am very convinced that we're gonna at least get. I mean, like I think we're gonna hit all-time high, but like minimally, I'm looking at this zone 20, 25, maybe 35. I mean, I think we're gonna hit all-time high, maybe $100, but it's a ways off. It's more established though; it's more used. So even with Ethereum, I mean, it's kind of a given that we're probably going to go to 2,500, 3,500. And if you want to take some profits there, just to kind of ease on, but it's just, to me, it looks like we're getting ready to go to 10K. So anyway, that's it for me today. Just wanted to do a quick update. We'll check in tomorrow if I can. Hang in there, hodl on. Peace out.